What's going on, guys? So we're coming up on episode 98, and it's been one hell of a ride here. Almost encroaching on that lovely 100. And hopefully we'll be able to get that channel going, regardless if we get the art done on it properly or not. I still plan to go forward with the new channel for just this podcast because I feel that it would be good. I will also, or should I say not I, but we will be streaming a lot of our games over there as well. So we'll be able to get everything set up for, members of the podcast and maybe even some special guests, get you guys signed in and let you guys go ahead and live stream. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Overall, though, the podcast schedule, you guys already know, might be changing. So, but the only thing is I'm not sure if it's going to be a dedicated time and day like it is now, where it's every Wednesday and Friday. So I think it might be kind of peppered throughout the week, maybe one show a week. Who knows? I really don't know. It's hard to say. My current schedule at work is kind of peppered as it is, and it's kind of hard to keep up with. So, and having these guys kind of, I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, it's really hard to nail down the kind of scheduling that we want. So I'm hoping that we can work something out. I mean, I have been working a lot of early shifts, so I'm really hoping that this works out for us. And I think someone is texting me. What in the world? Oh, okay. They're on the phone. Infrastructure. I find that these important infrastructure cables. I'm just reading a comment right now, but I'm waiting for these guys to show up. If not, it's all good. I don't mind streaming by myself. But the ISPs don't want to pay these costs and try to put them on the tax returns back. Oh, okay. Fair enough, Hans Peter. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. That ended really well. All right, so yeah, Hans Peter left a pretty good comment, and he was trying to kind of tell us where he was coming from when it came to the comment that he left to Rambo. So that's really good. Now I just got to go to the chat. Let me find the chat. Let's see who's all here. So what have you guys been up to? What have you guys been gaming on? Anything? Have you guys been gaming quite a bit? I hope. I hope you guys are enjoying the video games, because it seems like we have more people here in the internet that would rather just make shit content and spread it around like cancer. Hey, Storm, how's it going? What's up, Go Get? Welcome back. Spare Who, boom. Jesse Norwood, hello. I hear snickering, so my internet sucks are in right now, but I can still read all the chat. Oh, that's cool. What's up, Cyrus? You want in, sir? I'd be more than happy to have you in here. Indie game to review. Just, I've been playing a bit of Just Cause 3 and Skyrim. Hey, how is Just Cause 3? Is it actually good? I'm about to try Hellion. Yeah. I heard Just Cause was actually pretty decent. Skyrim's always good, though. You can never go wrong with Skyrim or any Elder Scrolls game, really. But yeah, it's been a pretty nice week. So if you guys don't already know, Q Resource moved out. She's heading on her own journey across the state somewhere. And I got my studio back, so I'm going to be moving my computer and stuff down there. And so therefore, you guys are not going to have to worry about any of the background sound. And more importantly, Jamie gets his own room. So, oh, okay, you're at work? Okay, fair enough. So I'll be able to get the studio set up downstairs. I'm going to have an AC running down there. And then I'm going to be able to actually start bringing more content to this channel other than just a damn podcast. I can get, is it like one of those, is Just Cause 3 just like the other ones where you have to capture a point and then you allow the tribes or, not tribes, but you know what I mean, like gangs or groups to control that point, and then you just keep moving on until you control the whole map? Then yeah, that's kind of what Far Cry does now. It's like Far Cry and Just Cause is almost the same thing, just different skins. Hamilton? Who's Hamilton? Well, I let Rambo know. I invited him into the chat, so he should be here. I sent Geek Essentials one of the links on in our Twitter chat, so I'm hoping either one of these guys show up. I got you guys links. You coming? Because I'm not gonna be staying up all night. I have to be up at like 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. In that lovely, ever so lovely early hours. But I work from 9 to 6 tomorrow, so whatever I do, I gotta get it done tonight. So. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Hamilton is a play on Broad. Okay. So you're a bit of a play connoisseur, huh? Oh, sounds like somebody's here. What's up, Rambo?
What's going on, man?
Not much. How's it going, man?
It's going. It is going.
You sound kind of winded.
Getting everything ready. I wasn't like I was on my way back in from actually smoking, and all of a sudden I looked down at my phone and here, there was the actual link. I was like, okay, well, shit. Now it's time to go right back outside. So
you're like,
I have to pick it back up.
So what you been doing today, sir?
Reviewing Superhot.
How are you liking that game?
It's actually a really fun game. I beat the base game of Superhot, and I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, it actually makes you think, because like every time you move, the enemies move, the bullets they shoot move, so you have to really think out your strategy on how you're gonna get from one person, kill the one person from the next, because your guns only have like a limited supply of ammunition, so you have to kill the other guys to get their guns, and it's just a kind of like a strategy game. It's a different take on a strategy game, which was kind of cool. And then they gave me the VR code as well to review, and
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the VR one was actually pretty decent. It was actually pretty cool. I have to get a better feel for it though. I have to pull that little hub there, the hub that the VR plugs into, the little separate box.
Yeah.
The cord that goes to the helmet isn't really super long, so I just had it kind of stationary on my desk, and then when I had the helmet on, I couldn't really move around that much. It was like I was kind of more stationary, and I could, like, every time I went to go reach down for a gun, I couldn't reach down far enough because something was in my way, because it had me too close to my desk.
Yeah.
And so now I got to reposition myself to where I can pull the thing down and have a little bit more freedom to where I can grab. But so far it's actually pretty cool.
A USB extension wouldn't work?
No, because they're both HDMI cables. It's all HDMI cables.
Oh, dude, you can get an HDMI extension.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if that would work though with the PSVR, because I guess they're basic HDMI. I'm not really sure how that works. That might be an idea though.
Well, even if it's not basic HD, like they still have the extension where you can do like micro HD to standard, and then the 4K shit. So I mean, that's all optional.
Amazon's got all them fucking cables for cheap too.
For like $2.
I might have to try that, because that might give me an option to keep the box where it's at, and just kind of have a little bit extra cable, hanging down from the headset, which is no big deal. I mean, because the cable from the headset really doesn't get in the way, because it kind of goes down like your back.
Yeah.
And then it wraps around on your side, so you're not stepping on or anything like that. It was just when you're sitting down and you're right close to your TV, you can't actually reach for the guns, because you'll hit your desk and then you'll hit your things on the side. But all in all, the game was actually a lot of fun. I mean, I just got to go back and play it with a better setting.
Yeah. What's up, man? What's going on, geek?
Well, I'm not dead. So
that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask, though. But I mean,
no, like I've been so sick, like the last 2 days or whatever. Like I was so sick. Brim came over yesterday to make sure I wasn't dying.
Yeah. I bought him a care package. I was like, you know what? Take this. Either you're gonna do this, or I'm gonna do it for you. Pick one.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that still stands, by the way. So you either fucking do it or I'm coming over and doing it for you.
yeah, no, I'm gonna do it after dinner. I'm
Good.
down.
Good. Yeah. Just making sure my girl's taken care of, you know.
Oh yeah, I like messed up my back. I lifted a chair, and that was stupid for doing that. I shouldn't have done it to begin with. But I didn't feel anything happen when I lifted the chair, and now my back feels like I guess like the best way to describe it is like an accordion that's just like, you know, like cranked together. And I pulled like a muscle or something doing it. I've had an awful migraine from it. I've been throwing up. I mean, it's crazy, dude. And I never throw up. So when I throw up, it's pretty bad.
How do people not understand indie developers and how they don't really have exclusivity contracts with like Microsoft and Sony? How do people like not understand that by now?
Then explain Undertale.
Well, with Undertale, it's likely because the company only has enough money to launch on one to test the waters out. And then shortly later, it's probably like not really a timed exclusive. It's probably timed in the sense that over time, it's going to launch on the Xbox One. What
about Blacklight Retribution? That's been on PS4 since launch. That's an indie.
Blacklight Retribution was I think was the console version was, I think, partially funded by that SIEU crap thing or whatever that got closed down. The console version, I think. I'm not sure. That was so long ago. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Well, what contracts are we talking about now? What are you trying to talk about? Those contracts? Was somebody like?
Well, there's a game coming out called Pyre.
Oh yeah,
and it's coming out to PS4 and PC.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
cool.
Yeah, somebody asked one of the devs, which platform do you think I should get this on, PC or PS4? And he's like, whichever one you think in your head, hey, where do I want to play this game? He said there's no difference between the two, just wherever you prefer to play it, you know? And he said something else, but I mean, I quoted that tweet and said, this is how more devs should be. Instead of instigating into the fictitious console war, or the fictitious war, they should just focus on, hey, pick whatever platform you want it on, you know? And somebody said, well, they probably have exclusivity since it's not on Xbox One. I was like, no, man, these like small indie devs most generally launch on one platform because they're small teams. And then they launch later whenever they make enough money onto the other platform. Kind of like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and what is that? What is that? Cliffy B shooter again? Lawbreakers is gonna do.
Yeah.
He's like, so I guess Microsoft doesn't have a deal with Ori. I was like, well, that's different because I think Microsoft helped fund a little bit of Ori. So there's a big difference between Microsoft actually putting money forward to help them, and then just an indie company launching on your platform.
Well, you guys don't have Roblox, do you, on the PlayStation 4?
No. And I mean, well, I don't think. Yeah, no kidding. I'm so that's I'm lost. I don't know what to do.
It's a great game, man.
Yeah, I mean, it should have been Game of the Year whenever it launched. I don't know what the hell people were thinking. Overwatch, shit. Roblox for the win.
Pretty much.
But I think that when it comes to like Roblox, I think it's just a matter of time before like they end up launching on the other platform. And then again, I mean, they might have picked like the Xbox One to launch on or whatever, and then not made enough money like from the people buying it. I think Roblox is a free download anyway, so that's kind of like a bad example. But whereas like, yeah, I mean, it could be vice versa, really anywhere, whether it be on PlayStation or Xbox, where they launch on there and they don't really make that much money. And so therefore they don't really have enough money to launch on the other platform.
Hey, your kids wouldn't happen to play Roblox, do they, Rambo?
No, they don't even like Xbox One. So,
well, if they ever happen to play it on the PC or something, or if they come out with a mobile version, be careful. I used to let my daughters play that. That is basically a dating service for little girls. Not even kidding. Like,
what the fuck? Really?
Oh wow!
I'm not joking. One boy asked my 8-year-old daughter to, Lacey, what was it? To marry you or be his boyfriend or girlfriend or something? Yeah, I don't know. It's not exactly kid friendly though. I'm not sure if it's a land filled with pedos or if they're just other like prepubescent, boys.
Well, I mean, considering the type of game, it could be a bunch of just prepubescent boys too. Because I mean, the game is really geared towards that place. But then it also, any game geared towards that is not that target audience also is a target-rich environment for pedos. So
that's going to be the next YouTube scandal is Roblox YouTubers.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's such a thing as Roblox YouTubers, but if there is, then yes, probably so.
PewDiePie will do it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will. Well, he's played Roblox before for his channel, but I mean, he just basically went in there just to troll people.
Yeah. Anything to talk about, really? Like, as far as gaming goes, like, anything happened in Twitter world? I mean,
Jack Move Johnny came back to Weapon Wheel Podcast. If anybody was surprised or.
No, I'm not really surprised. I know those guys, like, they all beef with each other, then they're cool, then they're beef, whatever.
Well, there ain't no way.
They're making money for that. He'd be stupid to not come back.
So there's no way that Jack Move that doesn't work and doesn't have any money would walk away from $900 a month free just for doing a podcast.
Wait, 900 a month?
Well, last I checked, they were splitting it 4 ways. BG wasn't taking any of it; he was just taking the AdSense off of the podcast. And Kids Move Black Bond. Oh, I guess 5 ways. Kids Move Black Bond.
Jimmy, right?
Jimmy and Hard 8 and Jack Move were all going to split the Patreon amount like 5 ways, and it was up to like 3,000. Like $3,500 or something like that. Last time I checked. So if you separate that, I mean, it's around eight to $900 a month a piece.
But you know what though, like, and it's not because I have a disdain for Hard 8, like, but I've agreed with everything that Jack Move Johnny has said in his videos. Like, I was actually watching that shit over at Shane's house last night because he was falling asleep, he was sick, his wife was crashing because she was sick. So I was like, fuck it, since I already got the medicine here, everybody's laying down and going to sleep, I'm just gonna watch this shit. And he made some good points. Like, he made some really good points. Like, if some motherfucker is going to give you money to do a service on your Patreon and you tell them to pretty much go fuck themselves, like, you're actually taking money out of everybody else's mouth.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, oh yeah.
Like, and I don't have a problem with BG, but a lot of the comments, like all his supporters, when I was reading them, like, I agree with them. They're like, Hard 8's bringing your cast down, right? Like, there are a lot of motherfuckers down low that do not like Hard 8 at all. Or that guy is one. If he's right about one thing, he has garnered himself like a mob of hate that just troll him.
Yeah, he's like one of the most hated people in the Crumb side.
Yeah, like, I never thought he would ever reach past the hate level of Zaire. Like, I never in a million years thought that would be even possible. But
no,
yeah.
the one time whenever Zaire comes out on top of the hate chain, that's kind of that's telling of the person.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, so I was watching this video and he was talking about why he was still leaving and stuff, and then he was going on about how he was sharing some personal stuff with him, and the guy kind of like fucking brings that shit out over air like that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, dude? Like, if you're friends with somebody, like, if you got beef with one of your friends, like, you shouldn't be like fucking busting that shit out over the airwaves like that, right? And then, and I also agree with him on in the sense that doxing, if it's public information, is not doxing. I'm sorry, it's really not. I mean, if I could type in your name and like the first link is your fucking address and everything about you, that just shows that's not doxing. That's just you being stupid with your fucking information. Because you've signed up to too many fucking sites. Because a lot of these sites that you sign up to, like web services, or if you have a website or something, they'll post your information as a contact. So I mean, like, Is that really considered doxing? No. And the people in his comments were like, oh, I could tell they're Heart 8 dick riders. They were like, oh, this is wrong, Jack. You should apologize. He doxed. I'm like, fuck that shit. That ain't doxing. He didn't pay for a service to go digging for his information. He didn't go into some fucking hack or anything. No, he got that shit just like anybody else could have.
He just simply typed in a name and it popped up. And what's funny is that Heart 8 said that that's not his address or his phone number. But it happens to be the right street. So two people by the exact same fucking name and the exact same age live on the exact same street, just different house numbers.
Yeah.
Like the odds of that happening are, I mean, you'd probably win the lottery before you live on the same street as somebody with the exact same name as you.
Yeah. Well, you know, and the thing is like he cracks on people, right? Like he cracks on a lot of motherfuckers. He shits on them. And I think Jack was right in that sense. He's not really cracking jokes. He fucking means it. That ain't joking around. You don't make fun of somebody the way they look because you think it's funny, especially if you call them friend. And I've noticed this because the same thing happened with Omega Loser. Have you watched some of the Omega Loser shit yet?
Oh yeah, I did watch that. That was more telling than that was even more telling than the Jack stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like Omega like hits him up and fucking asks him, hey, man, are you serious? And he's like, no, man, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what the fuck? You a bald-faced lie to somebody like that? I mean, that's some shit. I've talked to Omega. Omega's a cool dude. Like, I don't know why the fuck he would even wrap himself up in that group.
And Seventh Level actually, because, you know, he mentioned about the conversation with Seventh Level and Shokio and all that in the thing. And Seventh Level did confirm that what Omega said was true. It did happen like that.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, fucking Heart 8. So here's the thing about Heart 8. If nobody here, like, okay, so a while back, I said some pretty harsh shit about him, right? I said, I got pretty heated with him, with his antics over Twitter, because the guy likes to overly simplify pretty ridiculous situations, in other words, like Black Lives Matter and stuff, okay? And this is just a kind of like a, I guess you could say a precursor or whatever. I said some pretty harsh shit. I shouldn't have said it, but you know, like after I got that off my chest and stuff, and I kind of let it go. All this shit just came out of nowhere. Jack did videos on him. Fucking Omega Loser did videos on him, and I don't know, man. Like, why? Here we are. What is this? 2017, right? And we're still acting like the internet's just the internet and people aren't real. Why are we still doing that? Like, what's the deal? Did you see what he posted on the fucking on Twitter about the guy about the Linkin Park dude that killed himself?
No.
He said, what would be in your life that's so bad when you're rich or something like he said something like if you're rich, why would you want to kill yourself?
Money doesn't fix hardly anything.
Dude, every one of his followers said that. They're like, yo, dude, like this guy had a lot of issues, right? And you know what he says? Well, surround yourself around people that are also rich. I'm like, motherfucker, if it was only that easy, you ignorant shit. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, if you surround yourself with people that have money and you have money, there's a pretty good chance you might be turning into an asshole. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, plus it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be happy. But see, he also said, I saw a tweet that he put out because apparently he unblocked everybody on Twitter.
Yeah, he just unblocked me last night. Yeah.
Somebody he put out a tweet that said, what was it? That he said, like, money doesn't buy happiness, and then he was like, shit, and then everybody, like a few of his followers were like saying, I'd rather be unhappy and rich than unhappy and poor, and I'm like, going, y'all are like guided by this fucking money so damn much that y'all will never be fucking happy. Y'all don't even know what fucking happiness is.
Yeah, he said Jack move changed when money came around. This motherfucker, that's all he cares about is money. He don't care about anybody else online. He doesn't care. He doesn't have an actual friendship with anybody online.
Nope.
He doesn't know what friends are, dude, because he doesn't know how to have them. He doesn't know how to treat them. All he knows how to do is run his fucking cocksucker and talk shit in like after dark Skype calls, aka Black Panther meetings. I mean,
yeah.
That's really what they are, though.
What's funny is that like Omega, you know, he was basically saying that Shit, what the hell? I forgot what the hell I was gonna say now, but like he was the only thing I know is basically that he was pointing in a Hard 8, like the just the inconsistencies, the hypocrisies, and I don't understand like why they even. Oh yeah, and the thing is like that Hard 8 will call everybody a gay, like gay. You're gay. You're a faggot, motherfucker. You suck a dick. You know all these different things.
Right,
but
right.
as soon as you say that shit about him, you're blocked. Like you can't. Like you're like
he's a hypocrite.
You've done wrong. You cannot challenge him.
Yeah, he's a hypocrite, bro. He's a hypocrite. He's a snake in the grass. He will backstab you as fast as he can. He does not care about anybody else but himself.
As far as Chester, though, from Lincoln and Park, it goes. I'd be willing to say, I'd say like 90% of great musicians or even artists of any kind are actual fucked up people. So money is not going to change that whatsoever. I mean,
no.
If you hear a good song or you like see a painting or any piece of artwork that like touches you inside, the chances are the person that did that is at least as fucked up as you, if not a little more.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So I guess Chester's last album, right? So I guess his, I guess it was pretty. Oh,
it's poorly received.
It was really badly received, from what I understand. I never listened to it, and I'm gonna probably listen to it.
Other mainstream musicians, dude, making fun of him and putting him on blast in the media.
Oh,
yeah.
Then I can't really blame them for that, though. You know what I mean? Like, you put your content out there bashing people, or you're putting out controversial content. I mean, you got to be prepared for what you're about to receive. You know what I mean? You have to go into that thinking, I am going to get some shit for this, but is this going to affect me? Just like I knew for a fact people were going to come at me when I said all that hateful shit about Hard 8. I said that shit knowing full well what was going to happen if people that supported him would come to my channel. Like I knew for a fact what was going to happen. And that's just, and that goes for everybody that's on YouTube or in mainstream media in general. Like, if you're going to put out controversial shit,
fucking social media, if you put your opinion out there, you be prepared to get fucked. I mean,
yeah, you gotta get dicked. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get dicked up into your ribs. Okay. Just ask Shaner what that's like, Shane.
I haven't been dicked. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why do you sound so guilty when you say that?
I don't know. It's become a regular thing now. I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter what I say. I'll still end up with some stranger's dick pic on my Facebook or whatever. I mean,
what about that grape jelly, nigga? You know what?
So, as far as gaming, though, something did just happen 23 minutes ago.
What?
The Super Nintendo Classic Edition went on sale for pre-order at Walmart, and it's already sold out.
Yeah, I kind of figured that one.
God damn, really? That's ridiculous, dude.
23 minutes.
Nintendo's like, we're going to just keep printing these in different editions and see how many we can get away with.
If Nintendo actually manufactured this as like they would a regular console, it would sell more than the Wii, I think.
Oh, I think so too.
Or the Switch.
Yep.
It's probably already sold more than the Switch in the last 23 minutes, so I'm not counting that.
Shane, besides you being, crippled and put away wet. See?
See? Don't forget I was rode hard first, though. I was rode hard and then put away wet.
You were.
Not dicked hard, rode hard.
Same thing. Hey, have you been playing anything, dude? Like, have you actually been enjoying any games besides you being sick and stuff?
No, I can't look at a screen. Like I'm not even looking at the screen now doing this podcast.
You getting a headache or whatever off of it? We might have to get you a pair of those glasses, sir.
I was sponsored by No Scope before they switched to Energy Mints. I have a pair.
Have you thought about trying them on, see if it works?
Yeah, they take away some of the irritation.
Oh, okay. Storm Spike, what the fuck was that noise? That was the noise of shame and guilt from Shaner's house.
Oh, my kids?
No, he's talking about your anus.
Oh, my anus. Yeah. Sometimes it has a mind of its own, apparently.
So Rambo, how's the VR for Superhot? You said it was pretty good, right? Like, is it actually accurate with the controls and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's perfectly accurate once I get, if I had more room. I usually have more room with my VR, but the way I set it up, I thought I was going to have plenty of room. But then once I hadn't put it on yet since I set it up, and once I did today, I was like, oh, okay, this ain't going to work. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's like as soon as you have to play with those the glowing dildos. And as soon as you reach down to them, I mean, they're really accurate with picking up stuff and everything else like that. So yeah, it was actually, it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to actually go back into it and actually play it, with the appropriate amount of space, so that way I can actually enjoy the whole game.
With the dildos, so you need appropriate amount of space with your dildos, huh?
This is correct, the glowing ones. Yeah, I gotta make sure I can find them.
It's got to have the RGB dildos. I mean.
Rambo, what are the best PVR games? If that price would come down, I might consider. What have you enjoyed the most?
Oh Lord, man. Until Dawn and Rush of Blood. That's actually like one of my favorite ones. That's actually, it's on an on a rail shooter, so you're actually literally it's best to sit down and play that one because you're in a roller coaster while you're playing it, and you'll get the feeling that you're actually like turning and going up and down hills and roller coasters, which is kind of crazy, but that game's a lot of fun. Batman Arkham VR is good for the experience. I mean, it's just real pretty, it's a real visual type experience, I guess. The PlayStation VR Worlds is a lot of fun. It's one of those things that, it's not really a lot of action. I mean, the part that I did, but I mean, it's more of just like the experience of being there, because it really feels like that you're in whatever experience that you're doing. So
yeah,
I really enjoyed that one. Farpoint is another great one, especially with that gun. The gun is pretty accurate, so it's actually a lot of fun getting in there and shooting with that. And now Superhot VR, I mean, to me is a lot of fun because it's almost like you have to be the Matrix. Whenever people are shooting at you, you just have to. It's either you have to dodge left or right. You can't duck or anything like that. So you left or right. But in the VR, when people are shooting at you, you can just kind of like move your head and kind of bend to the left and whatever, and watch the bullet just go right by your eyes.
Yeah.
So it's actually a lot of fun doing that. Yeah, I find the gun games to be the funnest. That and the horror games. The gun games being the funnest because, obviously there's more action, but then the horror games obviously because of the overwhelming visual experience. Because I mean, you really actually feel like you're in a horror movie. So those are really the best ones to me. Like those type of games, those two genres. And of course, the racing too. Drive Club VR is actually a lot of fun. And I actually want to get a racing chair because GT Sport's going to have a VR section too, but to where I can actually sit in the racing chair, put the VR helmet on, and then race, because then it would feel like I'm actually in a damn race car.
Yo, Codename, that's what I thought he said too. I was like, that would sound like an amazing game to play.
Well, they do have it.
VR horror games? Yeah?
Yeah, they have it to where you can actually... You have to download an app on your PlayStation, and then you go to your PC and download VR porn files, and then you pop the USB into your PS4. No, I've seen the video.
That's what I would tell my wife too if I did this, Rambo. So don't worry.
Oh no, me and my wife are gonna still try it out. Like we want to see what it's like. But then pop it into the USB of that, and then load up that app that you downloaded, and then you'll be able to actually watch VR porn.
Man, the day that the fucking PlayStation dildos are literally PlayStation dildos.
I'm gonna stream it. I'm just kidding.
On Pornhub.com/Rambo All Stars.
I'll stream it on Brim's channel. We'll go live. See how long it lasts.
Fucking shit gets stricken down and my fucking channel's erased. I'm like, motherfucker.
No, Storm, it's not available on the Xbox One because Xbox decided to lie again and say they're not going to be doing VR. So
Even though they have like the Oculus already prepped for it, which is weird.
I think they're wanting to distance themselves from Oculus. I think they paid the money to be partnered with them, and then all that bullshit negative news came out with Oculus, and then I think Microsoft was like, yeah, probably not the best one to go with. And so then they created that Asus one, and then I don't
the
know.
HoloLens?
Yeah, no, not the HoloLens. There's an actual Asus VR helmet. It was specifically for like Windows 10 gaming, and we all thought that was going to launch with the X, but then all of a sudden, because they said whenever the X launches, it's going to have the ultimate frame rates and all this stuff, and the ultimate console VR experience. And then all of a sudden, like when they announced it, they came out and said, "Oh, we just don't think VR is like it's the right time to bring out VR."
Psst, let me see your controller. I was talking to Jamie.
Oh, what's that cocksucker doing?
No, Storm, it will not. The most fun console in the world will have VR, though, or has VR. Did you see that they've now MPD, like MPD, obviously. I mean, I don't know. The only thing I ever care about MPDs is whenever it comes to just see how well the industry is doing. But they did have some interesting numbers, and this actually is quite interesting, really. Everybody agrees that if wherever Microsoft is going to, Xbox is always going to sell the most in the United States, right? Like that's their home base.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Did you know how many units they've sold according to NPDs since launch till now?
Huh? How many?
16 million in the U.S.
Well, that's 16 million. Well, that's 16 million people that I can possibly game with. So that's not too bad for me.
Well, no, but I mean, that tells me I wouldn't put them around 40 million because I don't think that they sold. That would put them selling more outside the U.S. than inside. So I would think around.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
I would think around 30 million would probably be a safe bet for them. But that's still a pretty decent amount of consoles. I mean, that's not bad. It just
that's not bad.
It was kind of surprising. I wasn't expecting it to be that low for Xbox in the U.S. because the U.S. is like they're like where everybody seems to love Xbox.
So, Codename, are you saying your monitor is going to be future proof, as in you're going to be upgrading from 720p to 1080p at 400 hertz?
I game at 1,000 hertz. I don't know about y'all.
1,000 hertz? When lossless becomes lossless? Like
that's right. Like
fuck lossless, man. We got lossless. Like
this shit happens in real time for me. In fact, I think I game in such a high frame rate, that I can actually tell what you're going to do before you even think about what you're going to do.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that's what the power of 1,000 hertz, man.
That's why no one ever plays Call of Duty with Rambo.
That's right.
I don't blame them, man. That's some fucked up shit.
Could you imagine playing on 1,000 hertz? Or being able to power 1,000 hertz, I guess I should say. I guess it really wouldn't. You can have 1,000 hertz monitor all you want, but I don't think you'll have a computer that's powerful enough to actually push it.
Even if you did have some ultra hertz or frame rates or something, I have the terrorist method in Call of Duty like down pat. So even if I blow myself up, I'll still blow you up. I mean, that's just how it works for me.
But no, because remember, I can anticipate you blowing yourself up before you even think about blowing yourself up. I don't
know. I am a regular Osama bin Laden, if you know what I'm saying.
No, go get. I don't want you to play COD with me. I'd rather it be a mystery how good I am. Yeah, Storm. I'll play Destiny 2 with you. I was actually we were supposed to last night, but then I don't know what the hell happened that we didn't. But I have it downloaded and ready to play. Yeah,
So,
I think 240 is the highest it goes to now, ain't it? 240 hertz. Y'all don't all talk at once.
sorry, I just launched Melty Blood on Steam. I haven't played this game in a while, so Melty Blood, man. If you guys haven't had it yet, you're talking about a game that me and my buddies that's actually in this room right now. We spent it 2 days straight playing, possibly killing our arms.
We were sore afterwards.
Huh?
We were sore afterwards.
Sore hell, my arm was dead.
Were you also like touching yourself while playing that game? I mean,
For 2 days straight.
talk about stamina.
Stamina had nothing to do with it, sir. It's all about that arm. All about that grip, if you know what I mean.
Yo, Rambo's gonna play the Xbox One?
Well, I mean, you know what? I went to log in today, and I got my gamer score. It's still there. But the achievement leaderboard and all my achievements for every one of my game and the leaderboard is all at 0%.
What the hell is that about?
It's good old Microsoft Windows 10 OS that's on there. Like ever since that OS has been put on that damn system, it's been buggy as hell.
For you,
I wish they'd take that damn system, that Windows 10 off and or streamline it and just put Windows 10 on there. Windows 10s maybe, you know. But that shit that they got going on now, man, like I hate it. I love the setup and stuff. I hate how like buggy it is because you can press a button, and then it's kind of like that AOL thing where you press the button and you have to wait for it to actually happen. It's kind of like that.
Dude, mine's broken too because Armored Sentries is in first, so obviously it's fucking broken. I mean, it does.
Yeah, well, obviously, if the achievements are showing him in first, then to be fair, I mean, he's been just talking about games for so many years. That now that he's actually playing them, he has plenty of achievements to get, like where we've already got these achievements. Because we actually play games.
That must be what it is, because it seems like every few minutes now it pops up on my Xbox saying he unlocked something. I was like, really? Yeah, the game came out at launch.
He just now actually. Yeah, that's because he's actually now playing the games that he bought.
is it because he's gay? It's because he's gay, right? Like I heard, like something around the corner, like he likes it in the butt.
Well, you know, he did go to the
definitely
army,
does that.
so you know what they do in there.
Yeah, I heard like the barracks was like all about, you know, naked man fight. I mean, pillow fight. I mean, yeah.
And women, women and girly boys go to the army. So there you go.
He's gonna be like, "Don't you dare talk about that shit, you fuck!" I know he's gonna.
You dirty civilian.
Dirty civilians.
Windows 10X true 4K PCing the most powerful OS ever. Yeah, whatever, Cyrus. You can keep. I know what you're doing, but yeah, no, fuck that. Windows 10 is like the shit. Oh, did you guess what? Jez Corden. Y'all know who he is, right?
Who?
Jez Corden.
No, I have no idea who that
The
is.
guy from Windows Central. The guy who writes for Windows Central.
No idea.
Okay. Well, he wrote one article. Eva Unit actually, I think it was Eva Unit that turned me on to this article, and he's talking about Windows PC gaming really needs to be fixed. There was two different articles. One was basically they need a section to section off like the actual PC games, and then then keep the mobile games by themselves or whatever. So that way, when PC gamers go in there, they actually have a storefront, or just move all the games that are actually true PC games onto like the Xbox app that's on PC. So that way you can just buy your games off of there, which I'm for both of those scenarios.
Yeah.
Then he wrote another article basically saying that everybody knows what Windows 10s is, right?
Yeah.
The Apple-like platform for Windows.
Yeah.
Well, he is suggesting that Microsoft, because right now Windows 10s is for like the low-end hardware. But he's suggesting them to broaden that scope and make it to where the Xbox games on the PC are actually on Windows 10s only.
Huh.
Windows 10s needs to be
so
free
then,
or dirt cheap, or it's pointless.
well, no. The thing is though, is Steam won't work with Windows 10 because Win32 apps will not work on Windows 10s.
But then it needs to be
You have
free.
to choose. So you would have to choose between running 2 OSs, or running Steam, or running the Xbox games on PC. And what PC gamer is going to go for? Fuck Steam. I like the Windows. I like my 7 games that you get on the Windows 10 store. No,
Fair enough.
like that would be the dumbest damn move for Microsoft to do, is to lock it down behind Windows 10s. If they ever want to actually have that succeed, because no PC gamer, or especially high-end PC gamer, is ever going to buy a locked down system like an Apple OS.
Yeah. What's going on, Hequan? What's going on, buddy?
Guys, I have to call it for tonight. I have to eat dinner and stuff. So, yeah, I'll be back on later.
Yeah, I'm going to be going to bed after this myself. I have to go to work early in the morning. And I'm not off until late tomorrow, so it's like, fuck.
Hey, Brim, I don't know if you saw that, but Trism said that if you wanted him on there, you could send the link to him in Discord.
Oh, he did? Is he on right now?
Yeah, I'm assuming he is. He said it in the chat earlier.
Oh, I just saw it.
He said he'd be willing to come in, but you'd have to just send him the link on Discord.
All right, here you go, bro. Send it.
Well, Cyrus, actually, PC gaming is very pro-consumer. That is like one thing that I really.
He's just being a smart ass.
Well, God, it's so. I guess you can consider it pro-consumer, but it might be pro-consumer to a fault. Because whereas whenever you actually have a problem with something, like, it's up to you, the consumer, to try to figure out how to fix that damn problem with the game, versus like on consoles where if you have a problem with the game, you just report it, and then eventually a patch will come down later down the line. But like on PC, it's a little bit different. Eventually, yeah, if enough people complain, a patch will come, or the mod community will fix it. But if you're wanting to play it right then and there, you've got to figure out a way to do it yourself. So I guess it could be considered like pro-consumer to a fault in that degree. But it's actually one of the very open platform, which I do wish that consoles would embrace some of the openness. Some. I just would like to at least have a little bit of freedom.
What's up, Peter? Oh, did you want in, Peter? Just send me a message on here, and I'll send you a link to get in here.
Okay, I'm in both. I'm in 2 chats right now. I'm in. Oh. Okay. Whoops. Apparently, I'm in Barry's Discord right now with him and a bunch of other people, and now I'm in this one. I don't know what to prioritize now.
So just mute and deafen yourself on Discord so they don't have to hear you.
I know. I've already done that.
Oh,
but
okay.
I asked Barry if he wants to hop in, and he said sure. So I don't know if he's going to. Well, he didn't say sure, but he said he might. I don't know.
Well, we're not on Discord. We're on shitty Google Hangouts. So
I know.
Yeah.
You can send him that link that I sent you. It'll work for him too.
I did.
Yeah,
okay.
Go get. I'm sure you can open up my console. I can open up my console too. It's just that I prefer it to be able to go back together.
We're sharing stories about our compoopers.
Oh wait, there was something, I guess. Okay, I told you that PlayStation Now, like all of a sudden on Wednesday or Tuesday, when you logged in, like the store updated, all of a sudden put like an ad for PlayStation Now onto your PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
And you could delete it if you wanted to, which a lot of people did. So I guess a lot of people did, but apparently a lot of people have signed up for their free trial. Like or they're paying for it one way or the other. Because like I've been like I go back and forth and play like some games on PS Now, due to like some games that get launched on there that end up having like quick trophies. So I've never had a problem launching any game on PS Now. And then all of a sudden, I guess Jay Barry went to go play some game that I don't think there would be I never would have thought that there would ever be a group of people wanting to play that game at the exact same time. But whenever he did it, it was like some kind of ultra. It was some weird fucking Japanese game, some PS3 game.
Yeah.
But he got a message saying you are the 43rd person in line. You have to wait your turn, and so you can like stay in this queue, but go do something else and go play a different game, and then you'll be notified whenever your turn comes up. But I thought that was so strange. I was like, going, how strange is it that I mean, it makes sense because I mean, so many people are accessing the server at one time. But I would never have thought on PlayStation Now there would ever be a waiting period for any game.
So you're gonna pay for this shit, and you're gonna be like, oh, by the way, you're like number 400. Approximate wait in queue, 4 hours to 30. Like,
I was like,
thanks, PlayStation.
It threw me for a loop, and somebody else said they got the same message when they launched like a PS4 game, that God of War 3. So I went and launched God of War 3, and it said that I'm second in line or whatever. And then when I went through the menu prompts, it basically popped up saying I had 116 seconds and it was counting down, and then it would launch. But I was like, this is weird to me because like every game that I've ever launched on there, I've been able to launch and just go straight into playing and get my trophies, get back out, and move on to the next. But I've never. I guess that ad that they put, either the ad that they put out on Tuesday, generated a lot of people to try it out, or the upcoming beta where you actually have the beta for the operating system update, where you have to be a PlayStation Now subscriber. I guess the only other thing that I can think in my head is that a lot of people signed up for PlayStation Now for 1 month. Because you get the first, if you're a brand new customer, you get the first month for $9.99.
All right, Peter. So
my guess is a lot of people signed up for that, so that way they could actually join the beta, like I did. I went and paid $20, so that way I could be a part of this beta that's testing out the new operating system in August.
Yeah.
And I'll get to tell you all the little skinny, and all the great details of the new operating system for PlayStation.
Wait, is this for PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro, or what is this?
PlayStation 4. Well, I mean, we don't know. I mean, they don't separate the operating systems for each one. So there might be some updates in that. Basically, they're on update like 4.77. And so I guess they're jumping from 4.77 to 5.0. And so update 5.0, they're putting out a thing where PlayStation 4 players can sign up to beta test the update before it goes live. And so whenever you do it, like before, whenever they did this beta testing thing, every time that you go in there, it would be like, what's your PlayStation ID? And then will you adhere to the terms and conditions? And that was all. And this time on the update 5.0, it said, what's your PlayStation ID? Do you agree to the terms and conditions? And then it says, are you a PlayStation Now subscriber? Yes or no? And it had a red star next to that, kind of like that was like the really most important question. So whatever they're doing on update 5.0 is going to revolve around PlayStation Now somehow. Which kind of worries me, and it also kind of makes me excited in two different ways. Because the worry me part is that PlayStation's like, guys, the Xbox is in third place now. Like, Nintendo's never going to catch up because they're just Nintendo. And now we're just deciding that we're going to make PlayStation Plus like $100 a year, and it's going to include PlayStation Now. And that's just the only option people have, which would be a terrible idea. But we're talking about Sony here, so we all know that Sony does stupid ideas when they're in the lead.
Yeah.
But I'm excited in the fact that maybe PlayStation is like saying, okay, we're going to test this out to where, we want PlayStation Now subscribers, PlayStation Now and PS Plus subscribers to be able to pay like $75 a year to get access to both. And then there's also an option for $60 a year just to get PlayStation Plus. And to me, that would be awesome. Or maybe, I'm also stretching here, but they saw that Xbox in their Game Pass, and now they figured out a way to allow you to download these PS3 games to your PS4. I'm throwing out all this wild speculation, but it's probably just like system fixes, some bullshit like the system stability fixes or some bullshit like that. But a brother can hope, you know.
There's
Hope
always
and
hope.
change. Hope and change. Obama promised me for 8 years, and I still haven't got it yet. But I'm hoping now I do.
Come on, Sony, you can do it. Follow through.
Do what Obama. Yes, do what Obama could not do. Give me hope and change.
Obama. What's going
limit
on,
on Obama.
Peter?
What's good?
What's going on with you, man?
Oh, just chilling. Did you guys see Doom went on sale?
Yep, I bought it
did.
twice.
Oh,
Okay, wait. Who is this?
Peter. This is Peter.
I was
Peter.
on.
Okay, Peter. Okay.
Yeah, I was on like a couple weeks ago or whatever when
Yeah, you sound familiar, but I can't. I'm watching the comment section, so I can't see who's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and free DLC. I didn't buy any of the DLC for Doom, so that was real fucking cool that they gave.
Yeah, that was
everybody
actually
free
that was
DLC.
actually pretty cool for the
Yeah.
people that didn't buy it.
That's why I said I bought it twice. I bought it
Yeah.
on the Xbox and I bought it on PC.
I still
So-
say those that bought it got fucked over though.
Yeah, that's but that's kind of it's the same thing when like, oh, what was it? There was a few MMOs that were pay to pay per month, and then they went free to play, and that kind of
Buy
screws
to play
over all
one
the
time,
people.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Sucks for them, but on the other
Yeah,
hand, there's going to be a lot more players in the
Winning
multiplayer.
for us.
True. I mean, I can't fault them for doing it. It just sucks for the people that that did pay. I didn't
Yeah.
pay. I'm one of the good ones that got it for free, but I can only imagine what it feels like to pay the extra $30, and then all of a sudden they go, "Oh, guess what, guys?
It's free.
Now that we got your $30, we're giving it to you for free."
Yeah. By the way,
If you would have just waited, we would have given the shit to you, But
But no,
Hey.
you guys had to just jump on our dicks, didn't you? Ha! Sucks to
Thanks
be
for-
you.
thanks for that $30.
I think the season pass was like 62 or 50.
It was quite a bit. I think either 30 or 40. I think it was.
Yeah,
But
it was
quite a bit.
It was
Yeah.
pricey. I don't even know. I didn't even look at any of the DLC. I haven't played any of it.
I need to play the Xbox version, then come back and play the multiplayer.
Oh shit! There was one more thing that actually happened, and I got to think of it while y'all talk. I got to go back and look at my Twitter.
It
Because
was
it
the single player was great. I loved the campaign, and I liked the multiplayer. It was just a shame there wasn't a whole lot of people on it. And hopefully this solves that, because I mean, $15 for the whole game plus all the DLC. I mean, that's a hell of a deal.
Yep.
Okay.
And I mean, it wasn't even out for that long. It hasn't even been out a year, I don't think, right?
No,
Now that
Doom
you
hasn't
mention
been.
it,
No.
yeah, it's been. Yeah,
I
now
think-
that you think about it, yeah, you're right.
Wasn't it like October or something of last year? Something
Well, I
like
can tell you because I did a giveaway on my channel. And that will tell me. Just a minute. Let me go to my library. Go to library. My videos. And
Okay.
it'll tell me like around what time that I did a. Because obviously the giveaway was whenever it launched, so. Dun dun dun. Okay, the Doom review was. Well, it says 1 year ago.
So I guess 1 year then.
And the date was on May 18th of 2016. So I guess it's been out just a little over a year.
Just a little over a year then. Okay.
Are you
But I have to ask y'all's
sure?
opinion. I'm 100% positive, sir. But I do have to ask y'all's opinion on something.
What's up?
Because we have some idiots in the Twitter community. Surprise, surprise.
I was gonna say,
No.
that's not a normal thing.
No, this is this level of stupidity is kind of like I consider abnormal because these people are fucking idiots. But they are trying to compare. They're saying these people that love Nintendo obviously are trying to damage control this wired, jumbulation for their chat headset.
Oh, the squid or whatever that came out for the
The squid?
Yeah.
Splatoon or whatever it is.
Yeah, where you actually have to have like a like this little thing that has
have to buy.
This little thing that has like a wire going from the switch to this little arrow thing, the backside of an arrow.
And you got to hook
And
it
then
up
you
to
have
your phone.
then a wire going from your phone to the backside of this arrow, and on the tip of the arrow, you have to plug your chat headset in, and then be able to carry around all that shit. And your phone can't go to sleep. Like it has to stay active and bright, lit up the whole time you're playing in chat. And so people are damage controlling this by saying you are calling people hypocrites that don't have a problem with the PlayStation VR wires or the new Kinect wires. Like now you have to get that little adapter thing. They're comparing those sets of wires to like the Switch, and I'm like going, dude, PlayStation VR is like brand new equipment. It's not even a year old, so they haven't even perfected it yet. Like this is like just the way it is. Like this is kind of like beta testing, like the ground floor. It's going to get better.
Well, and that's
Chat,
for a VR headset.
Yeah, but voice chat has been around and perfected since 2004. There is absolutely no excuse for you to have all these fucking wires to chat on a damn console.
I remember back on PS3 where I had you guys remember Turtle Beaches?
Mm-hmm.
Those headsets were a pain to hook up for me because I had to hook them up.
cables.
Yes, they use RCA cables for some reason.
Yes, I hated them on the PS3.
There were some that were just USB plug in and they worked, and I liked those much more. And there were some that even plugged into the controller on PS4, and that I didn't mind. But it was just the ones where you had to plug it into the TV and then plug it into the console, and you had to plug in the different color-coded wires, like yellow. What was it? Was it red, yellow?
Yellow, white, and
red.
red.
Yellow, yeah.
Yeah, yellow, white, and red.
Yeah, I just didn't know because there was one of them that was for video, and obviously these are
Yellow is
yellow.
video, and red and
Yellow
white
video,
were audio. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
But what's crazy is like what frustrated me was on those Turtle Beach boxes, and there was no difference in the wording between that and the ones that were actually USB wired. They both just said like a wired headset. So when you bought the Turtle Beach and you got home, you were thinking, okay, it's just going to be like the ones I had before, like the other wired headset that I had before for the PS3. And then you have this like big convoluted mess, and you're like going, the fuck is all this? And it didn't actually come with the one cable that you needed to connect it to the console. Like mine never did. Mine, I always had to I went out and had to purchase that that one cable separately, and then that way I had to save it for every headset that I had that going forward. It had the cables that ran to the back of the TV, but not the extra cable that ran to the PS3. The ones I bought. I don't know if I bought the cheaper ones that just didn't come with it, but it pissed me off. I was like, what the hell? It won't even work.
Yeah, Nintendo, I don't know. They really don't like putting in new technology in their systems. They're always one generation behind everybody else.
But what's funny is their Wii U was almost a full generation in the form of VoIPs than their Switch.
That's true. Yeah.
Does that even make sense, dude? They went backwards with that shit.
Yeah, they went back
before. For the Switch, it's a portable damn console. Why would it not have a headset jack that already has the mic and everything ready to go?
That's the problem. Is it actually has a headset jack?
Well, that works in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, but they just for some reason didn't make it to where it would work. You have to actually go through their fucking voice app.
I think even the Vita could do voice chat over.
Yeah.
Wireless.
It didn't even have to be wired. You could actually have a wireless headset on and do it on the Vita.
Bro, the PSP had chat.
Yeah, the PSP.
What the fuck is wrong with
But these people are trying to damage control Nintendo's thing. I'm like, you can't damage control like this. This is just fucking pure idiocy. That's just there's no comparing a technology that's been perfected since 2004 to a technology that just came out not even a year ago. You can't compare the amount of wires to each. There's first of all, there should be no wires to something that came out 2004. By now, they should have, in 13 years, they can progress without wires like everybody else does. Nintendo's just I I think they're just now at like the year maybe 2002, and they thought they have some sort of breakthrough. We finally figured out how to do voice chat, guys.
True.
I mean, technology is going very slow for them, and they're Japanese, which is really weird. Like they should be way ahead of the thing.
It's that whole pride thing that we talked about. Like Nintendo,
Yeah,
is just,
yeah, definitely.
They're so set in their ways that they're like, death before dishonor. Like Jesus Christ. Oh. It's like, hey Nintendo, it's okay to upgrade your shit. Death before dishonor. All right, my bad. I'm sorry for suggesting that you guys actually do something smart. My bad. I must commit Sudoku.
That's Japanese for suicide. That was the funniest shit.
And everybody's been playing that game for years. Oh, my gosh. My gosh.
Ubisoft's been flirting with some casual racism.
Good for them.
Oh God.
Good for them.
What has Ubisoft been doing, Storm? I obviously coming from Storm, I never understand. I never know if what he's saying is just some sort of. I feel like typing this, or if it's actually something true. His replies on your tweets leave you going.
You never know if he's high or not.
Yeah, it's like I have to go back and look at my tweet every time that he replies to see like what did I send out? Like I have to know because like I don't recall sending anything out that would garner this type of response. So I have to go back and read my tweet to make sure I spelled everything correctly and worded everything correctly, so that way I wasn't actually putting that type of tweet out there.
So it's like, is BLM finally getting into Ubisoft's asshole and they get tired of it or what? Like,
Yeah. So in Rainbow Six Siege, there's been some weird decisions they made.
no more black people allowed in Rainbow Six.
Oh, maybe all the black people in Rainbow Six Siege die, or that they're all only black people are on the opposite team.
It's a black person murder simulator.
Oh no!
That's called GTA 5.
Well, that's the woman's murders. Or wait, was that GTA 4? I can't remember now. There's been so many silly things said.
Yeah, but GTA, I mean, you can literally you can go with any sort of quote unquote oppressed group simulator, death simulator. Because people haven't quite figured out what GTA is as a series.
No, Bullberry's not in here. Yes, he was in here, and then he left.
Oh, rip.
Because he's gay. It's all right.
I didn't even notice because I was in there with him and I asked, "Hey, Brim and them are live right now. You want to join in?"
It's because he doesn't want to rub throats with me anymore. It's fine.
He thinks he's one of them PC elitists that think they got too good for us console people.
One of them PC port beggars. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand them PC port beggars.
I know, right?
Ask him how Crash is working out on the PC.
Exclusives we have.
Ask him how Crash is working out on the PC.
Well, I would, but he'd probably emulate it.
It's called It's Wonderful. I could play that in upscaled resolutions. Well, you said on PC. You didn't say how I was playing it. You know what I mean?
This is true, yeah.
So what if it's emulation? Who knows keeping count? I mean,
I still think that $40 for 3 old games is a little overpriced.
I don't think so.
They haven't this is like the first remaster they've done of Crash, so I mean, if they haven't released it for like 3 other systems, I could be all right with that.
But this wasn't even really a remaster. I mean, it's actually like a remake because the original code was gone. Like they had to build that shit from scratch.
I guess it feels like they just took Crash and put a new coat of paint on it and just said, "Here, buy these games again."
You're like, this is totally a remaster, people.
But they didn't though. That's the thing, they didn't. They built it that damn good though. They built it from the ground up because they didn't have any of the original code to work off of. They just had to go off of like the videos of seeing Crash run and build the game. And so that's a pretty good testament to their ability because they completely did this from the ground up, running blind, but was able to build Crash exactly the way it was before, just in a prettier look. I still say it's worth $40. I mean, it's a hell of a lot of fun. And plus, I mean, How many times can you get Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 for $40?
Well,
I mean,
Dark Souls.
you would have paid $60 for any one of the 3 back in the day. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And y'all didn't catch my Dark Souls reference?
No, I didn't catch it.
I
Sorry.
did because haha, it's compared to Dark Souls with this difficulty.
Yeah. People like the
Oh, I caught it.
Oh, that just was so cringy whenever I heard the reporter say that. Oh, Jed Whittaker. Remember the raid we went to his little live stream and he banned us all?
Wait, he what?
Don't you remember all of us? We were on the Game Talk and we all jumped over to his live stream.
Oh, the retard! Yeah,
Yes, Jed Whittaker.
All right, yeah.
I like how
He
you
was-
put that. Oh, the retard.
He was fired from Destructoid.
Is he?
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. He's blaming, of course, blaming everybody else. It wasn't him, but it was because of all the cringeworthy, stupid bullshit that he does, and how he starts shit. Destructoid let him go.
Good for them. I mean, they were on a downhill slope anyway, so I mean, they've been sort of like barely hanging in there as it is because of all the shit that happened with this fucking idiot. So hey, good for them.
That gives them some points back in my book.
Yeah, same here. It shows that there are people with common sense out there that, you know, they're not always filled with autism. So hey.
Yep. He was saying that people at Destructoid were mad because like he was an SJW and he's like, there's nothing wrong with he did some sort of video, like Twitter video, talking about how making fun of how people talking about SJWs and stuff. And I'm thinking, dude, no, like these are people probably just with common sense in your office. And I thought, you know, what you're doing is, you know, stirring a pot that doesn't need to be stirred. And they got kind of tired of all the hate and the negativities headed towards their website. Because he would try pissing people off.
Yeah, I know. He was intentionally trying to bait people into arguments, so that way he could block them and say, "Ha, I like playing with people." Like I remember the shit that he was doing. Yeah, he's a fucking retard.
Yep, and then he could play the victim because people were abusing him. Like words aren't abusive, guys. When you start shit and somebody comes back to rebuttal you, that's not abuse. That's just called conversation.
yeah, sorry, Anita Sarkeesian. Debunking your points on video is not abuse.
I've never understood.
Man, how dare you say that? You're a trash human being.
I know, right? just a garbage human.
You fucking trash heap.
These people really make me want to pull a Lincoln Park.
Right?
Oh, dude, I was gonna say something like that. It just makes you want to hang yourself, doesn't it? Too soon? Too soon?
Yeah, no. People were posting today in my Facebook chat group or whatever for the group that I run, talking about rest in peace. You know, this dude, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And they're like, you can't be serious. I'm like, dude, he might as well have been some like random Minnesota dude or whatever. I was like, I don't know him. He doesn't know me.
I know him. Yeah.
I don't give a shit if he dies or lives. I'm like, it makes no difference to me. It's not going to affect my day one way or the other.
You're not shitting on the man because of what happened.
No.
If anything, you're just not showing anything around it because he did it to himself.
Yeah, that and the fact that, and I just have no connection with a singer. I don't understand that, like, these people that grow some sort of attachment with their favorite singers, or it's kind of like the attachment people grow with like YouTubers, you don't know them,
right? Or like Sony.
Sony and Microsoft. Yeah, this weird attachment. No, this weird attachment to where, right now, I think that you would honestly have people, you would probably have a mass suicide on your hands if Microsoft said we're canceling our gaming division. there would literally be a mass suicide.
The Kool-Aid quick. We're not worth living here for.
These people attach these themselves to these stars or these companies that they've never talked to you. You've never talked to them. Sure, their songs were touching or whatever. They were great, but that doesn't mean you know them. Like, that just means that you like their music. And if maybe it sucks that
I'm not gonna lie. I felt a certain way when David Bowie died. You know what I mean? Like, I was kind of.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
That kind of sucked. But I wasn't like
yeah.
depressed about it. But I was kind of like, okay, you know what? That sucks. You know, I hope everything is well with his family. And so I never went as far as like setting up a fucking shrine.
Pray pray for Bowie.
Yeah, to me, I think that it's more like if I was gonna do anything, I'd be like, well, it sucks that we're not gonna get any good music now,
Yeah,
good
right.
music from them. But after,
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like actually having a day of mourning, I like no, like there's this one guy when Paul Walker died. No, dude,
Oh, yeah.
Fast and the Furious, I love those movies. I mean, I'm at the movie theater the day it opens for that early screening every single time. I love those movies. But this dude, on the anniversary of his death, he will post on Facebook and in these Facebook groups that like all this stuff about Paul Walker memorabilia, and he's like, I'm watching every Paul Walker movie in the order that he did them in from start to finish all day today because this is Paul Walker Day. And if you crack some sort of joke about Paul Walker, oh my God, like he'll act like that you shot his dog. And I'm like, this guy, Paul Walker, did not know you. Like I don't understand how you had this sort of connection with a guy that is just on a movie screen. It's not healthy.
I just watched a video. Aiden Paladin put this thing out about Bill Nye, and she calls it parasocial relationships, talking about the kind of thing you're talking about, where they feel like they're best friends or whatever. And she linked it with Bill Nye and his new series and that whole fucking my sex junk and all that kind of shit. But yeah, it's really weird the way people kind of sort of almost fetishize.
Yeah,
It's a strange kind of weird, and you mentioned YouTube things, and it's a little different with like people on YouTube, because oftentimes those people will actually talk with people or get
Right.
into conversations with them and stuff like that.
right,
But yeah,
right.
doing it with like a straight up celebrity.
Or we've all bumped into one another at one point in some social circle. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
There's a chance you could talk with them in a live stream or something, where it's like you're never going to talk with Tom Cruise ever in your life, and
No,
you go around like you're best friends with the guy almost.
Yeah, J.O., I think that was the only celebrity death as well that I actually felt any sort of way about. And I think that what Robin Williams did whenever he died or he killed himself, it was really a surreal moment. It wasn't really like I felt sorry for him or I was feeling bad or feeling some sort of way about him, but it was more surreal because here's this man that brings you so much joy in these movies. So like his laughter, his all of his comedic movies and stuff were to bring happiness to people, like to make everybody laugh and everything like that. And he seemed like a really funny guy. But then to be that dark on the inside to where you kill yourself, it was very surreal to see that.
Well,
and I didn't mourn him by any means, but it did make me feel a moment of surreality, I guess.
I think you know who a lot of people are gonna miss once they pass away? Harrison Ford. I think
I think so too. Yeah, he's been around and been some iconic iconic parts.
I know.
Man, so Robin Williams, and that in itself was a huge difference as to like where I felt like Robin Williams was in a lot of pain. You know what I mean? He had a terminal illness, from what I understood, and he was suffering. He didn't want to suffer anymore. You know what I mean? Where this guy Bennett or whatever his name was, Chester, he had hardcore drug issues. Suffered from depression.
I heard he had just learned that his wife was cheating on him too with a bunch of different guys.
Plus his best friend died on the same day he committed suicide on. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff there, but still, like, if you're in someone like his shoes and you have a lot to offer the world with whatever influence you have and you kill yourself, that to me is an extremely, like, selfish thing. Where Robin Williams, he just wanted to stop suffering. That's all he wanted to do. He wasn't unhappy with his life. He wasn't a depressed dude. He had a terminal illness, and he didn't want to fucking let his family go through all that.
Yeah, it was almost like a selfless and a selfish act all in one.
Yeah, Because he was getting into that point with his mind where his mind was decaying, you know? It's like, fuck, like, what do you do with somebody like that? You get to let them fucking forget who you are and the shit that they did for millions of people throughout their lives and childhoods, like yours and mine? Like,
yeah, like, losing your mind is basically you're to the point of basically just being a walking dead at that time.
Yeah.
Because you're not, it's not any sort of quality life to live.
Yep. Agreed.
Wow, this got sad quick.
What, do you go hang yourself? Jeez.
Hey man, don't tempt me.
It doesn't really, in the end, it doesn't really matter.
What did he know about Hillary Clinton?
What do I know?
I heard she's
no.
From when she was in college. What? I got awkwardly silent.
Did you know that Sean Spicer quit or resigned?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he resigned today, right?
Yeah.
And I guess the new guy like waved a kiss to on his first at the press conference or whatever. He like blew out the whole place a kiss or something.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
I thought it was funny. I saw a photo of it. It was weird.
Sean Spicer actually resigned after the new guy took his first press conference. After Trump named the new guy the communications director, Sean Spicer resigned. I don't know if he resigned or if Trump just said, get the fuck out, and named the guy before Sean could actually get out there and resign. So
yeah, did Sean go to
Trump
and say, I resign, and then Trump came out and then he went and said he resigned? Or was that press conference Trump saying, yeah, you're out of here, dude?
Yeah, I think that Trump actually fired him, but it was kind of like the you can't fire me, I quit type of thing, you know. But that's actually a good thing because Sean Spicer was a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He needed somebody in there that actually had the fortitude to actually speak.
Bro, he had to fucking come up with some scenarios and shit to cover Trump's ass, bro. I mean, let's be real. Trump said and done some.
No, he did, but he did, but the scenarios that he would come up with were just it would leave you going, what? Like that,
But bro, come on, I mean, let me.
You were told to lie. You were told to lie, and that's the best you could come up with.
Bro, let me put it up to you this way. Let's say you're President Trump, and I'm what Sean Spicer was, okay? I would literally have to come up with a situation as to why your dumbass decided to leave your limo at 12 at night, running naked, drunk, and snorting cocaine, and ran over a homeless guy. How the fuck am I supposed to keep my job and keep you as president?
But I think that you're going to be a better liar than Sean Spicer, though, wouldn't you?
What am I going to say to cover that stupid shit up? I'm like, oh my, Mr. President was under the influence by some terrorist drug that's been manufactured in Afghanistan using a form of opiates manufactured in China and then shipped to the Middle East.
It was a chemical warfare. It's chemical warfare.
Did he just say chemical welfare? Oh, my fellow citizens, if you're on welfare, check out the new chemicals.
Hey guys, I think we have a fake account here in the chat. Look at that.
It is. Yeah. It's a fake account. I already went to the channel.
Anyway, I'm probably gonna head out of here. This is a good talk.
Why, man? Why?
I'm sort of at a fork in the road here. I can either stay here, or I could go talk with some other people, some of my friends.
Oh, I see how this is.
I know this looks bad, okay? But seriously.
Now wait, you were the one in the chat saying I will come in if you give me the link. I give you the link, and now you're saying I'd rather go talk to somebody else.
Say hi. Oh, I did actually have some drama to talk about.
Yeah, you said you had some drama, so we want to know the drama.
Okay, I forgot about that. Okay, it has to do with some console peasants. I don't know if that's something you guys really wanted to discuss.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh yeah, that doesn't bother me to talk about console peasants.
Okay, have any of you ever heard of the awesome Kielbasa? He's he's a PC gaming YouTuber.
I've heard the name. I don't know too much. I don't know anything about him. I've just heard the name.
He's basically the typical YouTuber respawn video. It's a console peasants, that whole thing. Well, he recently got into some drama with Mr. J and John Kill.
Oh Lord.
Now Kielbasa made a video on Mr. J, that whole thing, and apparently they got into a quote unquote debate, but it was I honestly don't know what you'd call it, but either way, the whole thing, it's a small bit of drama, but I don't know. You guys are talking about some really dark shit, and I just wanted to.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
We
go
can
for it,
change the
bro.
subject.
Well, basically, they just sort of sat down and had a talk, and same with John killing them, and apparently there's a bunch of fucking drama going on between like John Kill and Mr. J. I don't know if you guys were aware of that.
No.
Yeah,
not at all.
I heard the fight that they had on Fratanga's stream.
Yeah.
That still kind of upset me because Fratanga was talking about like a tweet that I was where one of my tweets and talking about me, and wouldn't let me come in to defend myself because it was the stream would crash. But then they brought John Kill in there to argue with Mr. J.
Oh, they brought John in there, but not me. Oh, triggered. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, what's like? Are they wanting to fight like that type of drama, or is it just like YouTube drama?
More of YouTube drama there. It's very childish and petty what they argue about. And I don't know, just something I didn't know if you guys wanted to weigh in. It was just something off the top of my head.
I didn't even know about it, man.
Well, they were trying to argue on Fratanga, saying like which one is the shittier YouTuber.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, it's like going, okay, like
It's never a good conversation to have amongst friends. I'm just saying.
No, like you were literally fighting over whose shit is worse. Like that should not be like the fight you have. Like which one's better, maybe, but y'all are phrasing it. Your shit's worse. No, your shit's worse. Like y'all are fighting over who's the bottom of the barrel.
It's dumb. It really is. Like the whole thing was it was petty insults being thrown at each other. That was the entire thing. But apparently it's I wouldn't say it's a big thing, but it's noticeable. Lately, there's not been a lot of drama lately. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, we covered the Hard 8 stuff. The Hard 8 stuff's probably like the biggest drama now.
Yeah.
Give it time now that they made back up. I mean, once the ratings start dipping, then they'll manufacture some other fight, and they promise every time that they do this. So this wasn't for the ratings, guys. This wasn't for views. Yeah, right. Whatever. If it wasn't for views, I don't know. Then to me, if you're telling me if it wasn't for views, that means that you have none of y'all have a fucking backbone. Because if y'all are willing to go through all that shit, get called all these different names and all these things, like called out your name so many damn times, and then still come back and go, yeah, okay, man, it's cool, man. I understand you were just mad. Yeah, it's cool, man. I'll do the podcast with you. I'm sorry. Like, if you were like Brim, if you and Shane were making videos on me and calling me out, calling me out my name and like getting real personal and saying shit that I've told y'all on your videos, right? I ain't coming back to the podcast.
I wouldn't blame you, but
I'd be like, fuck you, dude.
But yeah, we're not petty.
Yeah, so to me, that it has to either be manufactured or like there's like nobody with the fucking spine in the Weapon Wheel podcast.
The only thing I can think of, bro, is like maybe these dudes, like, maybe these dudes' only social interactions are online. So like all of anything they know that's actually social, like what they consider socially acceptable, is through online interactions only. Because I guarantee you, if you say half the shit that we've said to each other online, in person to one another, we'd be beating each other's asses, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like there ain't no way anybody come up to me and say the shit that they say to each other on that podcast or in a video to each other. I'd knock the shit out of them. There ain't no talking back and forth and fuck that. I'm just gonna knock the shit.
Yeah, there wouldn't be words. There would not be words.
No.
Rim. I hope you step in a puddle with socks on. How about that?
That's pretty fucking rancid. I've done that before.
Dude.
That pisses me the fuck off.
That's terrible.
What's even worse is when you do that in your kitchen and because someone like some of the water, one of the water bottles busted in your fridge, and you're like half asleep. There's nothing worse than that. I'm not gonna lie.
Or whenever that happens, but you also have a little dog in the house and you're not sure if you just stepped in piss
My girlfriend's dog, man. Fuck.
That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
it's like one thing that I like, or whenever you step in it and all of a sudden, like instead of it being cold water, it's warm. You're like, My wife has just quit wearing socks around the house. Like she's like, no.
What kind of dog do you guys have?
We have a Yorkie. she's a toy Yorkie, a miniature toy Yorkie. So she weighs like, I think, 5 pounds.
Aw.
And she's probably like 8 inches long.
How
Yeah,
cute.
she. What's funny is that I didn't want her at all. Like I was vehemently against getting an animal.
But that dog likes you more than her?
Yeah, when my wife was like, "Oh, this is like what I've been wanting all my life. Like this is like the one thing, and it's free." And I was like, "Fine for you, we'll go get it." And when we got her, she could literally fit stretched out like in the palm of your hand, not even touching your fingers. Like she was tiny.
Aw,
at 6 weeks, and she would sleep in between our pillows, and I was just more concerned about like crushing her than anything. And then I guess since I'm I'm disabled. So my wife would go to work, and I was there to take care of her throughout the day and everything. So now that dog will not go. I can't go anywhere in this house unless she's asleep, like dead asleep, without her following me. If I get up and go to the bathroom, even if she's dead asleep, like in her sleep, like taking a nap, she'll hop up and run to the bathroom with me. If I go out to smoke, she's sitting there, sitting right next to me. If I go into the car, she has to jump in the car with me. She is attached to me, like at the hip.
How cute.
And so. Yeah, and my wife is like, "Fuck you, dog! Like you were supposed to be my dog," and she like, you can't. The kids can't even call her to come away from me. They're like, she's like, "Nope, I got my dad right here." And what's funny is now that the baby's here, is the dog is actually barked, like been barking at the baby, like going, "Get the fuck out of his lap! That's my dad," like. And another funny thing is like we bought her these little squeaky toys, but she's scared of the squeak. So like when it squeaks real loud, she'll jump from it, and so she quit playing with it. So we gave it to the baby to play with, and the baby hit the squeak, and she ran over there, grabbed that damn toy. She never puts the toy in her mouth, but grabbed that damn toy and brought it over to me. Like, keep this motherfucker away from it. Like, this ain't fair. This is my damn toy.
That's funny.
It was that dog is. She's got my heart now. Like I swore I would never love her or whatever, but yeah, that's my dog.
That tends to happen. That tends to happen very easily. Like I didn't want another cat in the house, right? So next thing you know, this cat's all over me. She sleeps on me. I'm out in the living room playing the Xbox, talking to Shane. She's on my shoulders. Now this cat, like if I'm not in the same room with her, she will meow forever at the door and try to open the door.
Yep.
I'm like, oh fuck.
That's how my cat was.
She's adorable too. She's got a bit of Mancoon in her. So like her daddy was a Mancoon and her mama was an Abyssinian, which is like an Egyptian breed cat, and very interesting colors, really really pretty. But she's tiny though. She's like a miniature Mancoon. It's probably the cutest thing I've ever seen.
There's one thing like animals can like get to you like real quick. Like I don't know, they have some. They're kind of like babies, but like once babies grow up to be older, you're like, oh, you're just a fucking idiot at that point. Like I can deal with that shit. But
thank you.
An animal like they just stay cute.
Yep.
It's neoteny, yeah.
What about you, Pete? What kind of dog does your girlfriend have?
Oh shit! It looks a lot like a mix between like a really really small greyhound and a terrier. It's like no bigger than a wiener dog.
That's funny.
And yeah, he's got like the body of like the real skinny back end with like the more barrel-y chest, but he's got the face of a terrier. He's super weird, but he's funny as shit. He loves walking around on his hind legs.
Walking around on his hind legs?
Yeah, he can do it for minutes. If you got
that would
food,
freak me out to see a dog walking.
Got food or something, he just pops up on his back legs and he's just like, "Please, I'm a little human." It's hilarious.
I have a beagle, so.
Oh, does that dog bark? Like the howl
She does, but only like in very specific moments. Like if she's outside running around, she'll howl and bark at everything. But inside the house, she rarely barks.
So
those are one dogs that I can't stand because of the howling there.
So check this out. Geek Essentials has an interesting dog. It is half beagle, half German Shepherd.
How does that work?
weird dog.
That is a weird mix.
Like, did the German Shepherd get raped like whenever he was lay on the ground or something? Or
I think the German Shepherd was the female, and I think the Beagle was the male. I think. But
that means the Beagle would have had to like wait until the German was asleep and laying on the ground and
or stood up on a stool or something.
Yeah, dove into that. Like, I gotcha.
Yo, your ass is mine. But like
that's
the
an
dog
odd
is
combination.
awesome. But you know what's funny? It looks nothing like the Beagle, but looks almost everything like the German Shepherd, but with short hair. It's so awkward, but she's cute. She's a cute dog.
Be like a really, really short German Shepherd.
What?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was a really big Beagle.
And a really small Shepherd.
Right. It was a miniature, obviously.
That would, yeah, I still would have. I think it would have been more interesting. More interesting than the dog would be to see them conceive the dog. Like that would have been like the really interesting mating part there. Like how the hell does that happen? Like I'm thinking like miniature Dobermans too. Like what Doberman fucked a little miniature dog? And
well,
poor miniature dog.
Have you seen the Corgi Husky mixes yet, dude? They are adorable. Like seriously, Husky. Look them up on YouTube. Husky Corgi mix. They literally are a miniature husky with short legs. They are probably the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That does sound pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love huskies.
My roommate had a really nice husky that was hella cool.
Am I the only one who actually like to have I'd actually like to have a Shiba Inu. No, not because of rags, but because they're actually like cute dogs.
Yeah, Shiba Inus are pretty cool.
The corgi husky thing is fucking adorable.
I know. And they don't get much bigger than that either. Like it's ridiculous.
Oh man, that dog would get everything that they ever wanted from me. Like, okay, you want my hamburger? Here you go. Because that
human food. All right, gotcha.
Steak. All right, take it.
that dog is fucking adorable, man.
Yep.
Well, you know, huskies are adorable anyway, but imagine like a miniature husky like that. Like they just
teacup husky almost.
Yeah, it's just like wow. That is too cute.
Halo. Did you read what he's saying? Rags is the name I would give to a retarded dog.
Well, Halo was the name I'd give to a shit game, but I mean, hey.
Oh, good one. That's funny. Yeah, man. They got some interesting. They got some interesting. They even have one that like, you know what a Pomeranian is, right?
Yeah. Oh god, I hate those fucking dogs.
Okay, so they have breeds where they're like half Chihuahua and like they're even cuter, and they don't bark at all.
No, those would be a good combination. But like Chihuahuas and Pomeranians,
oof.
Like separately, those two are the most yappingest fucking dogs there are, and
Well, you would think that, but every single one that I've seen so far, like they've been really chill as fucking quiet. They've been really excitable, so like they'll like lick you to death. But I haven't gotten one to like bark at me to the end of time. So
I'm waiting for them to do like a cat that doesn't get above a certain size. They can do teacup dogs. Why can't they do like a teacup kitten?
I think they do. I think they actually have cats that don't.
Yeah, like miniature cats. Yeah, they do.
I need to get one.
They're fucking adorable as hell. Like they have some that actually have a big ass head and a little bitty ass body. Like those are the fucking like way too. They're just way too cute.
Mind you, this is coming from somebody who says he can easily kill somebody.
Yes, animals are different. Animals are different.
I know they are. I know
that's true. Yeah.
I get more infuriated when I hear people like killed or harmed an animal than I do when I hear they harmed a human. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. There's too many humans, but there's not enough animals. Like they're just too damn cute. They're defenseless.
Yeah, animals have. I'm assuming you think that they have like a sort of innocence to them. While we all view humans as just like we view each other as just assholes and cunts to each other.
Yeah, because
they have an innocence about them. Yes.
I was gonna say,
And-
like, humans are more about themselves than they are about other living things usually. So
Yeah, and animals really live to please you, like that. Like they'll do, like, especially a dog, they'll do anything to please you.
You know what I find funny?
And so just kind of, well, yeah, I don't mean to please you like that, but
peanut butter.
yeah, no, well, that's a dangerous thing, you know, the peanut butter thing, because what happens if the dog, like, all of a sudden decides to bite? And if you have a pit bull, like that shit, like the lockjaw happens, and then you have to go to the ER.
Guys, this is the game talk where we only talk about games, okay?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna address. Like Halo, this is whenever we talk about the game talk. This is like, this ain't about like we're just gonna talk games the whole time. This is just us like what you do whenever you're on a game with your friends. You just bullshit around. And this is that type of thing.
And then you touch each other caressingly, lovingly.
Mimi-chan, yeah, that
Rub each other's backs. You know,
that's
like
definitely
friends
probably
would
a good thing. Don't put the peanut butter on your dick. Yeah, that's probably a good place to start. Is Bulletberry in here? No, that's Budgetberry.
Yeah, that's me.
Budget berry is a thing. Yes, indeed.
I am. That is actually my name on Discord now.
Oh, you actually made it a permanent thing?
Yep.
Good, good.
Yeah, Halo, I can't tell you a shooter that's even on the same level as Halo on PlayStation that's solely on PlayStation, because I don't care about shooters, and Killzone is just another shit game, so.
Ooh, shots fired.
The Killzone on Vita was pretty good.
I don't know. I don't play any Killzone. I find first-person shooters to be like, they're just a dime a dozen at this point. Like, there's no point in even making them.
The market's definitely saturated.
Yeah, they're just overdone now. It's so tiring.
But that does mean that there's a lot of options.
Yeah, I mean, but like, seriously though, all the options are basically the same, just a different setting.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just one's in the, you know.
Like, besides Doom, Titanfall 2 and Overwatch, those are the only shooters I've purchased probably in the last like 5 years.
Doom, see, to me, Doom, I don't look at that in the same classification as I do first-person shooters now. The reason being is because Doom, I guess, started it all.
It is kind of its own thing, yeah.
Doom is more about like just like killing these demons or whatever, but like first-person shooters are all about killing just the opposite human player or whatever. So it's that's where I think it kind of differs in that. But
I'm gonna go grab another beer, and after that beer, we will end the podcast.
Well,
when it comes to FPS games, like, they just quit being good, or I mean, I guess they quit. They seem to stay the same.
They're not so unique anymore.
Yeah, they're so overdone. I don't know how anybody can say this is like a really damn good game, because it's just nothing different than the next game. It's just a different setting.
Have you played Quake Champions at all?
I have not yet.
I haven't either. I've been meaning to.
They had a beta, and I tried it out, and I only played like one match, and I had to turn it off because it was just so boring. It was pretty much like every other shooter that's out there that's trying to replicate the arena shooter.
That's another thing, is that fuck, these arena shooters are going out like crazy now.
Like, it started with, I think it started with Overwatch, and then Overwatch sort of took over the whole hero-based arena shooter, and it seems that every single first-person shooter that comes out is trying to replicate that. Quake Champions, they turned Quake into a hero-based shooter.
Oh,
fucking
Lord.
Quake.
Quake has never been a hero-based shooter. It's nothing like, I mean, it was nothing based on just a hero-based shooter like that. Like, I can't believe they turned Quake into it.
Well, it's kind of how, I mean, this happens with movies too. You know, one movie is successful, so then 3 or 4 or 5 other, you know, studios try to replicate it.
But Quake was an established franchise before Overwatch. To turn Quake into what Overwatch is.
Because there was another Quake that came out. Oh man, was it like a year ago or something?
That I'm not sure. I thought the last Quake was a long time ago.
Quake Live.
Quake Live, yeah, Quake Live. And as far as I know, I mean, it's rated pretty high, but it wasn't all that popular.
I still play Unreal Tournament 4. It's free and it's actually supported by the community quite a bit. I still enjoy that game.
Dude, that was a great game.
It was.
Have you played the newer one?
Unreal Tournament 4?
No, is it 3 or 4 or whatever they call it?
4, yeah, that's the one I was talking about. That's free to play right now.
Is it?
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It's epic.
But the hero shooters are becoming just too many. I mean, they usually like it takes a little while for like a popular game to catch on to start being imitated. But Overwatch has now becoming imitated almost every single game that's coming out. Like it's way overdone very quickly.
I think part of that is because they were going for like a more of a MOBA type shooter, and that MOBAs were League of Legends and Dota and Smite and all these other MOBA games were already it's kind of like a converging of the two ideas, and so there was probably already a lot of companies that were like, hey, these are real popular, maybe we should do. And then Overwatch comes out and it's hugely successful, and all the companies were like, oh well, there it is, it is successful, so we got to get on that bandwagon.
I think it started out like Call of Duty sort of led the way whenever it came to first-person shooters. The simple run around the map with a class-based loadout, and then you have Overwatch that comes out of nowhere, sort of puts a twist on that, and now you have all these other games. Even Call of Duty are following that.
It's getting just too much. It's like there's not enough variety in it. And there really can't be at this point. Like Overwatch was the variety in the first-person shooter realm, and now I think there's almost as many like hero shooters now as there are first-person shooters. Like the hero thing just took off. Like everybody started making one.
Hey girl, what's going on? How you doing?
Like Lawbreakers. Have any of you played the beta for Lawbreakers?
No, I haven't, but it looks like fun.
I did. I played it on
fun?
PC, and I turned it off as quickly as I turned it on. It sucked. It was basically to me, it was a copy of Overwatch to a degree. Like there was one female character on there that has the exact same three-time dash as Tracer does in Overwatch. There was a lot of similarities between some of the special abilities and the Lawbreakers characters as there was Overwatch characters, and then the map sizes are very small, and I just bored the hell out of me, like real quick. It was just there. You can basically run around in this one the map that they let us play at the time. You could run around and never hit the zero gravity thing, like just basically run straight to the other side, or you could go the longer route, and then you would jump into like a open area that was zero gravity, but you would just basically, it's a very small area. You would float a little while, and then you would just like land back on the ground and right on the other side and keep going. It's just it's just very kind of bland.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. After playing same thing with Quake Champions to me. I played like one game and it bored me. It didn't feel like it was trying to do anything. It didn't feel like it was trying to do anything I haven't seen.
Hey, did you guys know data mining is supposedly illegal in the United States?
Is it
what?
Really?
That's what somebody in my Discord just said. He said that data mining to receive cryptocurrency is illegal.
That's what I thought it was, but I mean I'm not sure. I don't know anything about it. I just thought I had heard that before.
No, a lot of people have said that, but they're absolutely wrong.
Yeah,
I thought it was
that's
just
the reason why
Bitcoin.
I don't know anything.
I'm gonna head out of here though, because I'm
All
getting.
All right, bruh.
I did want to stop in and talk a little bit, and I did want to do that. So, I will.
Thanks for coming by.
I will try to be on Wednesday, so expect to see me then. But if I'm not, then I don't know.
I'll just blow your chat up on Discord forever, okay?
Anyway, these guys.
Later, Zach.
Ah.
Hey, Meme, I thought you already owned fucking Doom, dude. I saw you streaming that bitch on Facebook.
How is that going to work?
Yeah, Traverse, Tavarers, or I Lichmore. Titanfall's cool. She's cool with everybody in the stream. She's cool with everybody in the chat. She's welcome here. She's actually even been on our show before, so
Yeah.
she's cool. Everything's worked out. So
Well,
you might be late to the announcement of that, but just want to make sure that you knew because he kind of said you had the balls to come in, to come in here. So I want to make sure that he knows that she is welcome in here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's always welcome here. Yeah.
Yeah. To go back to Halo Storm though, if you actually want to say like how great Halo is, just remember Call of Duty Advanced Warfare scored one number less on Metacritic than Halo 5.
Damn.
Just to put it in perspective there.
Yeah, I've never really been a Halo fan, so
Halo puts me to sleep.
I'm a Halo nerd. I'm a Halo nerd. I admit.
Yeah. Halo puts me to sleep.
That's one thing me and Halo Storm can actually like agree on is we both believe the same thing. We love Halo. So
it was fun when my buddies were bringing Xboxes into high school for our gaming club after school, and playing 8-player multiplayer on the 2 screens with 2 Xboxes and shit.
Yeah. Go get it is fun.
Yeah, I don't play the multiplayer. That's probably the reason why I don't like it, because the stories used to be decent, but then they've kind of just become mediocre. Just like they're just kind of like there. Usually, it's the multiplayer that feels tacked onto games, and to me, it kind of feels like the story is more tacked on to Halo than anything, and which is kind of sucks because that was the main reason for me to ever pick up a Halo game was the story. So
yeah, it did have good stories for the first 3 or 4.
Yeah, and then it just kind of went downhill.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like it gets to a point you have so many sequels. It's like where else can you actually take the story? How many times can Master Chief save the universe before it just kind of gets boring?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. It's just like they introduce a new enemy and he does the exact same thing that he did the other game.
Y'all need to die of glaucoma.
Heresy.
Well, I really honestly think that Halo either needs to go away, like put it into it, or they need to change the storyline to the point of like get rid of Master Chief, put a different guy in, something to where it shakes up the Halo universe.
Yeah, like completely revamp it. New world, new enemy race, new everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get they're going off of the books or whatever, but I mean, at this point, I mean, I think that it just gotten to a point to where if you want the stories to succeed, then they've got to do that. I mean, otherwise, just make a Halo 6 and just make it multiplayer only. Because when Halo 6 comes out, I'm definitely going to be waiting for some sort of bargain bin deal or to be put on the Game Pass before I ever worry about playing it. Because I don't play the multiplayer, and yeah. And Gears actually is going down the same path to me. Gears 4 was just trash to me. Like the single player really made me just like go, when is this game going to be over? Like I can't start it and not finish it. So I suffered through it, but it was not a Gears game to me, like a Gears story.
Yeah.
Gears 1 through 3 was definitely better.
It's the problem with sequels.
I think it's also the problem that like 343 and Coalition now have taken over these franchises. They're not the original creators of them.
Right.
So I think when they try to tell a story, they don't have the exact same overall impact to the crowd as, say, Bungie did with Halo and Epic did with Gears. Now, granted, I guess the guy from Epic is there, but I think he's like maybe 1 or 2 guys, so I don't think that there's enough Epic guys to really do Gears justice story-wise.
I mean, same thing happened with Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but Call of Duty is basically all about multiplayer now. Like, it started out, like, what people don't realize is Call of Duty started out a single-player game. And then kind of co-op, and then multiplayer. They kind of like... I think Call of Duty 1 actually had co-op, I don't think it had a versus multiplayer, did it?
Man, that was so long ago.
Because I don't ever remember playing
I
with.
I don't even
against
think I had
people.
the first Call of Duty, so I don't remember. I know 2
Well,
did.
Yeah, I had the first Call of Duty. I don't remember playing with people. I remember playing or against people. I remember if I played with anybody, I think it was actually with them. We had to run tell our teammates, okay, go over there, cover me on, running up on this side or whatever. We were playing the campaign together. And that might have been Call of Duty too, but because I really think Call of Duty was actually just simply a single player war simulator.
And even if it might have only had like real multiplayer on the PC, because I mean, I think that was PlayStation 2.
Yeah, back whenever multiplayer really wasn't a thing.
Yeah, I mean, man, what was that first game on PS2 that was a shooter that had SOCOM?
Yeah, SOCOM.
And you had to buy the network card
online
unit.
pass.
Oh my god, that was like a big thing. Like, oh my god, I can play my PS2 online. Yeah, that was
a big deal.
Yeah. And I don't know if Call of Duty was before that or after that, but even there were lots of games that never had multiplayer, even though it technically did exist.
Traverse, Ghost Recon is fun if you have friends to play with. If you're trying to play by yourself, it's just kind of boring. It was built for a co-op experience.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's fun. I played with my friend Jennifer or whatever, and we played for a while, and it's a lot of fun. You'll have a lot of great laughs because you have to team up and do fly planes and shit like that, and so you get a lot of good laughs out of it. And the story is pretty decent as far as that goes, but
kind of generic.
Yeah, I tried playing it by myself, and it was just kind of the map is so big, and it just takes so long to get there to each section or to each story part it just kind of, you just get bored. But so that the best part about playing is playing with friends, so that way while you're doing those long traverses that you actually can bullshit around and actually have a good time. But that's definitely, it's a good game, but don't buy it if you're planning on playing it by yourself, unless you get it on bargain. That's my recommendation. So do you think that they'll ever bring SOCOM back?
Man, it's been a while.
I hope they fucking do.
They had a couple.
SOCOM was a good shooter.
It was. They had a couple PSP, and I don't think they actually had a Vita game for it, but the PSP games were pretty fun. Yeah,
I think SOCOM would be a different style first-person shooter that we're not used to right now. It's not like that. It's like some groundbreaking difference, but at least it'd be some sort of a difference.
More tactical.
It was like a very tactical shooter. So I guess it would be more like a Rainbow Six, but to me, right. Rainbow Six is very confined, where SOCOM wasn't as confined. Or I guess it wouldn't be now. I wouldn't think.
I would hope not.
That's the only thing I don't like about Rainbow is that you start off right where you're at, and you basically just have the house or whatever to work with. That's it. That's a good.
AI was so rudimentary too for so much of that series.
Yeah.
Jesus, all the way up to what was the first one that was truly first person and showed the gun and everything. Raven Shield, and so many missions. I would just tell my teammates to just stay the fuck back, and I would just kill everybody myself because they were such morons.
What system Traverse? Lichmore, I'm going to call you Lichmore because I cannot say that first name, what the hell soever. That didn't make sense at all, but I can't say your first name. Medal of Honor Pacific Assaults. I think the Medal of Honor series was all pretty much trash, though, wasn't it?
I like Allied Assault way back in the day.
It was so hard for me to remember exactly. I can't remember being thinking of a Medal of Honor that was really high up on my list of memories.
there were 3 right in a row. It was Medal of Honor Allied Assault, Battlefield 1942, and Call of Duty 2, and they all kind of released around the same time. And I got Battlefield 1942 was a little too clunky. It was fun, but it was real notchy. The controls were all, real stiff and shit like that. And I think Call of Duty released quite a bit after those two, so I ended up playing a ton of Allied Assault with my friends online, and that was real fun. But yeah, it got, it got boring. They kept doing the World War II for like 4 games or something, and then the later ones, what was it?
I agree with you, Titanfall. Medal of Honor was my shit too. I miss that game.
So y'all like? I mean, I can't remember a Medal of Honor game that I was like. But back then, I mean, I don't know. I guess I wasn't really
good. And 2010 was really good. The only thing that sucked about it was the community, man. Like the community was like begging EA for a new Medal of Honor game, so we got one, and then nobody supported it. It was like, what the fuck? Why are you guys going to beg for one if you're not going to support it?
Yeah, I don't. That was weird. I mean, because Medal of Honor, to me, Medal of Honor was kind of looked at in the community wise. Like when you looked at there, it's like a knockoff Call of Duty. When you just like hear people talking about it, like in the stores, like back then, this is what I can remember. I don't remember too much about Medal of Honor because it just wasn't a game that I think I can remember too much from. It's just like I think I maybe played 1 or 2 and then just kind of, or maybe even just 1 and just said, yeah, whatever. But I wasn't really a huge first-person shooter fan back then. I was really more of a Call of Duty fanboy when it came to first-person shooters. I'd just buy that and play the campaign portion of it.
Yeah.
That is kind of weird because it did kind of become known as almost sort of a knockoff Call of Duty, even though I do believe it was out before Call of Duty was.
Yeah. Actually, Medal of Honor is what helped start Call of Duty.
Yeah. That's the thing is, that's what people would call it. I'm not saying that's what it was. Just people would call it that for some reason, and I think that's what kind of poisoned me to continue trying them out. Because I remember playing one. But it never really, I don't think it was one that like made me really want to come back and continue playing it. But the more you went into the stores and you would see like Medal of Honor on the shelves with Call of Duty and stuff like that, that's what people would kind of call it as. But then again, I doubt those people don't seem to, I guess, know that it came out before. But Tavares. Okay.
Is a free-to-play Medal of Honor MMO. That's what they need. That would be sick.
That would be pretty cool.
Something that's monitored all the time, and it's given the same love and treatment like most MMOs. I think that'd be fucking cool. Check Hangouts. I'm checking Hangouts. What am I checking for Hangouts? Unroll Tournament by Epic Games. Yeah, that I've already played that. It's a really good game.
I would like a first-person MMO where, because I liked PlanetSide and PlanetSide 2, but man, they ran so crappy, and they were always like huge battles. So if they could do something where it was more like World of Warcraft, where you had like small-scale battles and large-scale battles, and you could like choose between them, I think that would be pretty fucking cool.
So Destiny, right?
There's no large scale battles in Destiny though. I mean, they don't have like.
He's talking about PlanetSide too, where like
like hundreds of people.
I know. I just kind of wanted to. I just want to throw Destiny out there.
Destiny would be great if it had lots of people.
Large scale battles.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool though. Yeah,
you know, like that dead free to play that shouldn't be dead on the PS4. That every PS4 owner that I know back in the day was like bragging about coming to the PS4.
That I'm not sure what you're talking about.
PlanetSide 2.
Oh, I would never be bragging about because I don't know anything about.
Not you, but like everybody, like the Legion was all over it. They're like, "Oh, this is gonna be the best game." PC gamers are pissed because this is on the PlayStation 4. I downloaded it on the PlayStation 4 to give it a try because I was really excited for it, and nobody was on it. I was like, "Yep."
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I
mean, it had a hard time running on PC, so yeah.
I remember hearing the game ran like shit on PlayStation, but I never caught. I wasn't keeping it like I wasn't even. I don't think I was even aware of like the Legion whenever PlanetSide 2 launched. But I would. That sounds exactly like what they would be saying, like they were trying to rub it in or whatever. But
Yep.
that's typical of them, though. They talk shit and then they don't play the game. So
Yep.
I think it was there was one recently that was so they had swords and shit like that. It was some sort of free to play that came from it was like a medieval thing. They came from the PC to over to PlayStation 4, and they were streaming that. And I remember they were posting up like PC players are mad because they're losing an exclusive, and I'm like going, I've yet to hear a PC player ever bitch that a game was going to console. I don't think I've ever heard that.
You're talking about Chivalry, right, or something like that?
It's a game. To me, it was kind of like Chivalry. That's what it made me think of, but it wasn't Chivalry. I don't know. I forgot what the name of it was called. But it was like because the people, the guys had powers, but then they mainly fought with what I could tell was like swords and shit like that.
Yeah.
And J-Tech would play it on his live streams or whatever. Like whenever I'd go there and check out like the cancer that he spewed, and it looked like
Blade.
shit.
Yeah, Mountain Blade could be one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might actually be.
That sounds right.
It might be what it was, because it was something like that. Yeah, I mean, it was something along those lines. So that probably is it. I've since quit going to JTech's channel at all because I just don't give a shit what any of them fanboys actually say.
Can't handle the cancer.
No, and then I figured that my Twitter feed, whenever they say stupid shit, there's somebody that's not blocked by some of these people. So they'll always post a screenshot of the stupid shit that they say. So that's my dose of cancer. And I feel if I take it in small doses, then it's okay. But if I go to their channel, that's like I'm needing chemo afterwards.
That's the full on.
Yeah, like that's definitely level 13, and as far as like
It's over.
red alert,
The cancer's over 9,000.
Yeah, I just can't. I cannot do it. I don't know how anybody stands to listen to their streams. But if you ever actually go to like JTech streams, unless something's changed, he has like 10 people watching, but 9 of them are mods. Like the channel, like the chat is filled with those. They all have the little wrench next to their name. Like the whole fucking chat is lit up with wrenches, and I'm like, and as soon as somebody comments anything that's not all praise be it to PlayStation, they get banned. It's like, what's the point in live streaming? Like, especially whenever all the people that are with those little wrenches are in a fucking party chat with him. Like, what the fuck is the purpose of live streaming? It doesn't fucking make a damn bit of difference if all you're gonna do is be live streaming for the people that you are actually fucking playing with.
I agree. And with that, I am gonna say we have to get going, you guys. It's great talking to you, Pete.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get you in here more often than just
sure.
once every 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, we definitely seems to have an open
Quit
spot
changing
every.
your name, asshole.
Hey, I told you that first time. Just give Rags a spot to me. It's all good.
Yeah, we seem to be having a open spot here every podcast here lately.
Well, there's going to be probably some conversation about possibilities of that happening. Because we are coming up on the eve of the new channel launch, and I still don't have any art for it yet. So I'm going to probably be doing just that. I'll probably end up talking to Geek and Rambo about it, actually, of possibly filling his spot. Because he doesn't really seem like he's all that interested of coming back here anymore. So, and that's all good.
I mean,
that's
there's no hate about it.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with the guy.
No.
No. I mean, it would have been nice for him just to say, "Hey, fuck you guys, I'm not coming back" or something. But that's fine. It's good. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, me and I know me and Shane are definitely down for the talks because we've been mentioning it in our chats too about having that talk.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to get a hold of him as it is, so I'm just gonna let him fade out the way he wants, I'm guessing, and then we'll just go ahead and move forward with somebody else. So and that's fine. That's okay.
Let me address Lichmore real quick.
Okay.
Right. It's not that we don't want to talk to him or even try. It's just that like he really is hard to get a hold of. Like whenever he was on the podcast every week, we were in a group chat, and sometimes he would post in there, and he would just never respond, like ever. And it's not that, I mean, he wasn't being. I'm not calling him rude or anything like that. I mean, he just like he has his life, and I guess he's busy with whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
But it's no like we're not like fuck you Rags, like you're out and nothing like that. It's like we've tried, and it seems like he wants to go in a different direction right now, which is cool. And I'm definitely not going to try to talk him back to coming back with us if that's not where he wants to be.
Man, if he wants to be here, he can. If he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't have to. I'm not going to fucking chase him.
And his
down.
schedule was really weird with you guys and shit, right?
Yeah, like me. So like Shane and Rambo are at home dads, right? Like they take care of their kids and stuff. And me and Rags both work these oddball fucking hours where like one day we could be closing, one day we're opening, one day, 1 week it's all opening, 1 week it's all closing, and it's all separate mid to early and even late hours. So it's like, fuck, it was hard for me to be here too when I had to go to work at 6 a.m. the next day, and here I'm at like 2 a.m. talking to you guys. So, but and he said on Twitter that, hey, I've been working full time lately and stuff. And I said, oh, okay, well, I hope all is well with you. And I left it at that. If he wants to come back, he knows he can come back. I mean, he helped start this with us. We started, all four of us started this together. And, if it's one thing I had to, he'll always be a part of this. I'm not going to sit there and be like, fuck that guy, because that guy's helped us out a lot. So I'm not going to sit there and shit on the guy. So
no. And just so you know, Litzmore, if we replace him, and he ever decides like, hey, I want to come back, then guess what? It's going to be 5 people instead of 4. It'll just be like he's always.
Oh yeah,
welcome.
we're not gonna chop somebody else out. Yeah.
No, like he's still always going to be a part of the podcast. It's just that like if he wants to come back, and he'll always have a space there for him to come back. So.
Yep. But as always, thank you guys for watching and staying up with us on this random ass weird fucking podcast that goes from one topic to the next. I do appreciate it. It went from suicide, depression to fucking puppy dogs. Okay, like
yeah.
And for the record, so that everybody knows, Peter here loves rubbing peanut butter on his nuts.
You're damn right.
And he has a dog.
He's got 4 dogs. Is that considered a 5-some?
He's trying to make the 5th.